All right, so ever since we had that day where we reflected and felt very lucid, we weren't quite as lucid the following days, and now we're here where I can't tell. It's like I'm somewhere in between lucid and frustration and a little bit of haziness as well. Probably due to lack of sleep for not the past day necessarily. I did get, I think, about 7 hours, but the previous day where I got like 5. I know for some people that's not much, but for me, I usually get 8 or more, so definitely can feel a difference. But I felt like doing a reflection session instead of a life reflection, a regular reflect episode, primarily because I've been feeling some of the same things that I felt like when I first started this whole podcast. The anger towards myself and being so slow, not realizing certain expectations that I had for myself, certain goals. And time is still moving and I still feel slow despite, having completed difficult challenges of like no entertainment. I'm still maintaining that. Other challenges like the 50 pull-ups and 100 push-ups, which led to good results, but I'm still kind of, after the challenge finished and I achieved the 30 days in a row, I've been kind of taking it a little bit too relaxed. I think I should be moving forward, but I'm kind of staying still. And that frustrates me, especially for piano. I was actually reorganizing some notes that I created a long time ago, like around 2021. Right now it's 2024. And I was looking at the notes and I was like, dang, they were so organized and so like methodical. The steps of what to do were all there, of how to practice, how to improve, but I just never followed the directions very well. I always did some of it, got tired, and just did not finish. And these days I just been practicing piano by ear, which is good, and I've been making progress, but like I've forgone everything else. I've sort of left it untouched. I haven't practiced much technique. I haven't practiced sight reading at all when I used to practice it all the time. And I feel like I'm losing some of the skills I used to have. And I understand obviously some focus and time needs to be spent towards the ear training instead, the playing by ear. But I know I can do more. Like I've done more before. And now I'm like consistent. I've done like 86 days of this practice. Like at this point, I should be able to include more. And I think one of the biggest mistakes I'm making right now is putting too much effort and time into YouTube again. Like it's something that I've known before and have gone through before. Like me just pouring my efforts into YouTube and making it my main thing. And I've told myself that I don't want to make it my main thing, that I need to give focus to the other things, the other projects that really matter. But I'm sort of falling into that same pattern again of spending way too much time for the YouTube things. So I have to find a balance, and I guess I can use some of this time right now to find that balance. Primarily, my second channel is what's taking up more time than expected. I've been posting almost daily for like a month now, and every time I post, I do some light editing that usually requires some time, at least 15 minutes, but it's not really the time. It's more so just the energy and the brain. This, like my resources, my mental resources are being spent on something it should not be spent on, like thinking about the thumbnails and titles, thinking about the edits a bit, all that stuff. It's not something I should be doing. Like I can streamline it to the point where it's not really anything, like maybe 5 minutes tops, but I actually have to streamline it. Like I can't like do variations. I can't think of better thumbnails or better titles or whatever. I just like do it. I just put it in, and that could be a solution. But like the past 2 days, I basically woke up earlier because that one day I got 5 hours of sleep was because I woke up at 5 and I was just brainstorming things and like wanting to make certain types of videos. And now I created like a weekly rhythm for my personal channel. And I'm like, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm falling into that pattern, like I said, and I need to stop. I need to hold myself back. It's not something I can do right now and still accomplish like my normal things, the things that I really, really want. It shouldn't be, I've talked about this before to myself, like journaled. it shouldn't be that I'm trying to stick to or follow a rhythm for that channel. It should be that channel reflects my projects, the big things that I want to achieve. And yeah, that's how it should be. It shouldn't be the other way around. I guess this is just how my brain sort of works. And I have to make sure I don't spend too much mental resources on it. Like, I do enjoy it, but if I don't move and make progress with the things I really care about, then it's not worth it, you know? So, unfortunately, tomorrow I'm going to be out most of the day, but starting Sunday, I should be able to get back on top of things. I feel like today was just a bit distracted because I had to do another photo shoot thing. I guess I haven't really been talking about what I've been up to, but since the last reflection, the normal reflection, we, like right afterwards, interestingly, when I was like super lucid, I was like, I feel like in complete control, like my emotions, nothing is in the way, like I know what I need to do, like I have clear ideas of everything, and I just like made that bet with the Tesla stock and the Robotaxi event and everything, and I managed to get $1,000 from it, which was really nice. But I do feel like it costed me in some ways because it made me feel like that day was fine, but the next day and the following days, I became a bit more nervous because I was like not sure what would happen. And it caused me to stress, and it caused me to break certain rules that I set for myself and waste time. And I mean, it was also the fact that I spent a full day with like doing a photo shoot type of thing for family. And again, it happened today, but not a full day, just like some time was spent. And then I did more YouTube stuff than necessary for my personal channel. So there was a lot of struggling for sure, but struggling to like prioritize, and I didn't get much done today in regards to other like more important things, but I did reorganize, and get certain things sorted out that I would have needed to sort out eventually anyways. So it's not like we spent our time poorly, but we just didn't spend it on the right things, I'd say. But I'm going to try my best to pull myself back together. I didn't like break any rules. I didn't break the entertainment challenge today. I was still doing good on that. But I think it's time to like try to get back to full lucidity, like just following the schedule, putting in the time and effort, and really like being present during every practice session, every moment, and just not being distracted by things. Especially these days, I've been like looking into, I just got a MacBook Pro M3 16-inch, and it's really solid. I love it actually. I spent some time today setting that up and making sure everything worked for that laptop. So a lot of time was actually spent on that as well. Really, really love it. Works really well. I think it's much better than the MacBook Air M3 15-inch. I made a whole video about it for my personal channel today as well, from scratch. So that's probably what took up most of the time. It wasn't planned though. And I think that's the issue, right? That I'm not planning these things. It's sort of just happening and taking up more time than expected. I feel like I used to be better at this whole like organization thing, but I do have a new system that utilizes more reminders versus just writing things down, and I have set it up to be better now. So hopefully that helps. So I know like what I'm doing for the project every day, and I don't deviate from it. Like, seems like such an obvious step, but sometimes you just don't do that because I don't know, you're just in the thick of it and you just keep going. It's sort of like planning tomorrow today, right? I had that whole idea and concept in my head before. Like, why not continue to use it? Anyways, we should sleep. It's no use being mad at myself for uncompleted goals that's in the past. I can't do anything about it. Like, I can't change the past, but I can like do my best now to make sure I still reach my goals despite them being later than expected. And yeah, that means finishing up the things that I have envisioned and like just moving forward like fast and with vigor, with strength, with passion. And a part of me knows like a lot of the things that I have planned, even like the habit program, I've been thinking like lately, I would really want to have more projects under my belt, more like long-term experience that I can help people with versus like the short-term stuff. It's like the fact that I still have these days like this, not that, not that like super productive people don't ever have bad days, but it's like I want to at least be beyond this stage. Like a bad day that happens because it's outside of my power. This is like fully in my power. And until I get there, I just don't quite feel ready to make something where I help others achieve like greater clarity, or, the 30-day program stuff, basically. I just don't want to lead it, to do it, to be a leader figure in that. Of course, I'm going to be the one selling the course and like making the content for everything. So yeah, I don't want to do that until I really, really know, like until I have like at least 3 months of super high, clear lucidity, just like owning it, doing it well, like everything. Better than 3 months would be like a year, right? And having completed like so many projects that I'm proud of and like so many things. I know I need to make that money faster, like sooner, but there are other ways to do that. Like I can make courses about stuff I already really know how to do well, and I can make them premium as well and try to sell those instead. So there's plenty of ideas that I can do, and I think I need to accomplish those things first. So I really got to put in the effort, like everything. All I know that from here, we got to really hustle, because I'm going to be visiting my girlfriend in Japan in about 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks at this point. So if we don't get certain things done, it's just probably not going to get done for a very long time, and we're going to lose momentum. So we kind of have to. We kind of have to do this. So let's not be slow. Let's put some brakes on the whole like second channel YouTube stuff. Focus on the main things.